Well, good morning. I don't do this often, but I wanted to show some people this. I've got a bad problem with tire cupping. It's on a 2017 Duramax 3500. The mileage is started at 40,000 miles. Well, I just went through a set of tires, had a new set put on, and as you can see, all the little tips are gone right here. But as you come on the tire, here they are. They come, they're back, they're back, they're back. And as you get to the other side, somewhere in here, they start disappearing again. This tells me this tire is bouncing down the road and cupping these tires also. I don't have the old tires to show you of what the drastic difference was. But these tires are already starting brand new just on the ride home. They probably have 40 miles on them, 50 miles maybe. But here's the problem. You see that new shock I just put in? I put in the new Bilston, $105 off of Amazon. I tried to get them through O'Reilly's, and then they told me that they got to call, figure out how much they are, what the shipping was. I got them in one day, next day delivery, off of Amazon for $105. Same price as what O'Reilly's had for it. Here's the old junk that came out of there. And if you noticed, it's squatted. I pushed it down a minute ago and it's still down, but let's see if I can. I'm trying to pull it out right now, just a second. All right. It's pulled out. I can push it down by hand, which is because I just pulled it out, and it just stays there. It's dead. 40,000 mile shock on this shock, and it is dead, which does not allow it to push back down to the ground. So any out of balance you have on these tires, it's going to bounce and just keep bouncing. So here's what the new shocks come and look like. I can push it down. It's hard, but it just expands right back out. This is what you want driving down the road. When that tire comes off the ground, hits a bump, you want it to go back down to the ground. And out of balance situation, which it doesn't take much. It's a lot less than what people think to get that tire in motion. And once something is in motion, it stays in motion, right? Isn't that the law? But I did want to show that I took it to a shop, and they told me I needed $2,500 worth of front end work. I took it to the dealer. They told me I had a loose pitman arm and an idler arm. Took it to another dealer. They said nothing was wrong with it. Put a new set of tires on it. They said the tires were probably bad. I put a new set of tires on it, drove it home, and by the time I got it home, I started noticing that it's already doing it. I could feel it a little bit, see it in my mirrors shaking a little bit. But I thought for $105 a side, I'm trying the shocks first. I've gone on to the forums and posted and read, and everybody says, oh, well, did you rotate them? Well, I don't care what you do. I've got a Viper over there, right? And I don't rotate those tires. We got a big Tundra over here. I don't rotate those tires. They're not cupping. It's not rotating changes wear patterns on a vehicle, but it does not fix a broken part. Go after the broken part. The price of these, like I say, $105, delivered to the door, and you just can't beat it. But it's definitely, even though it's a 2017, had 40,000 miles on it when it started doing it. You just never know when these shocks are going to go bad, and the truck is so heavy I could bounce on the front of it, knock it around, and it would only go down once and stay. I mean, it's not gonna rock like you would your old Oldsmobile. Go up there and bounce on it, and it just keep on bouncing. You know the shocks are bad. But these are the problems. That shock still hasn't extended any. It's just sitting there dead as can be. There's, if you can see that, there's 2 bolts right there. There is a little cap on the threads, and there's 1 bolt down there in the bottom. If I can get it around there. See there? They're 13/16 head and nut, and then nuts on the top up here. The new shocks came with new nuts, which are 3/4 wrench size, same down there. So it literally takes 15 minutes. I've got it jacked up a little bit and the tire turned so that I can get my big head in here a little bit easier. But literally 15 minutes aside. I have this tie wire right here. I collapsed this shock and put the tie wire around here to here, and it held it collapsed. And then once I put the bolt in down here, I undid the wire here. I just wrapped it around this. I didn't sit there and tie the wire together and all. I just wrapped it around there like 3 times, and it held it. It doesn't take a whole lot. Once the bolt was in down there, I started unraveling it here. It started stretching out. I was able to put a wrench between here and here to kind of push it down just a little bit to give me a little bit of room. They popped right through the holes. Put the nuts on it. Use a ratchet wrench. Literally just takes a couple of minutes. I used the impact. Not really needed, but I've got it, so I used it. But hopefully, in somebody's search, they're going to find out that tire cupping is not necessarily all these idler arms and pitman arms. Just go after the shocks first. This is the cheapest part on here and the easiest. Well, I hope it helps somebody. Appreciate it. Thanks.